Shalom, Ashbaka. May peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Kalala abayaba shimama shakya wa shabarakatam tawaru bahalawaya shemaya shabala yahwa alahayana wa aka the bomashbaka. Welcome in, welcome in. We're back for another live stream and a session of edification. It's been put on my spirit to share wisdom, knowledge, and understanding pertaining to the topic that is the title of this live stream. Having direction in uncertainty and loneliness. Yes, we're going to speak on some direction in bouts of uncertainty and loneliness. Here's the thing. Here is the thing, y'all. When it comes to uncertainty and loneliness, you have to remember that these are crafty illusions that spiritual wickedness likes to leverage on individuals. Spiritual wickedness leverages this on individuals to seek to destroy such individuals who are facing the affliction of having uncertainty or experiencing loneliness. Now, when it comes to uncertainty, we must remember that in any moment when we're uncertain about a particular focus, concentration, or goal or aspiration, you have to remember that each second that ticks by is extremely uncertain. Yes, every second that ticks by is uncertain. The moment that we're in right now is uncertain because nobody has definite knowledge of what's to come this very moment. So when one is facing affliction of uncertainty, it's because that uncertainty is linked to a specific desire that is bound by covetousness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that definitely. Now, when it comes to loneliness, loneliness is also an illusion that spiritual wickedness likes to leverage on the individuals who are experiencing such an emotion. The truth of the matter is, we're never alone. We're never alone. At any given moment, you have the presence of Yah with you. And on the contrary, you have the presence of devils with you. Now, in a more earthly aspect, you always have something of life around you. at any given moment from the animal kingdom, right? From insects to small mammals, birds, fish, etc. They're always around. Microscopically, you have life around you, like microscopically. Even within your own vessel, you have thousands upon thousands of living organisms within you. That's your cellular structure, Mashbaka. And when you go further into that, when you go further and deeper beyond the microscopic, it furthermore mirrors the entire universe. So we're never alone. And that mirroring of the entire universe, when you go beyond the microscopic world, correlates to the omnipotency of the Most High. So you're never alone. That feeling of loneliness is a illusion. It's an illusion. It's a fabrication of one's own mind working against them due to, yet again, the chains of covetousness, a desire that is bounded by covetousness. Mashbaka. Let's go ahead and break this down with the scriptures at hand that we are meditating on. We're in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verses 5 and 6. And it reads, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." So your conversation, let it be without that binding of covetousness that we just eloquently broke down previously before we got to this precept. The Most High tells us through Akshal's epistles to not let covetousness come out of our mouths. Do not let covetousness come out of our mouths, because what we speak originates from the heart. And we know the heart is the very essence of the mind. So as you think, so do you speak. And as you think and speak, so will you act. It all correlates. It goes all the way down to your belief system. So if you're not speaking covetousness, then you're speaking gratitude, appreciation, thankfulness, which should all be in glory to the Most High. When you have that bout of uncertainty, it's because you covet a particular goal or outcome. Remember, uncertainty is every day, every second, even this very moment, we're going through uncertainty because we don't know what's going to happen within the next 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. We're within the moment. So as Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5 says, be content with such things as ye have. Be content with the moment and the blessings that you currently have. Show gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation for what you do have. Let your mind be focused on gratitude for the things that you do have, intrinsically and tangibly. Let your conversation be without that covetousness, which ignores the current blessings that you have. It's all about focusing on the blessings, right? And when you focus on the blessings and you're thankful for what you do have, you keep covetousness at bay. Shalom to RJ. Welcome. Barakatah to you as well. So again, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Con, RJ, if you have shelter, clothes on your back, food to eat, and running water, you're highly blessed. But see, the dogma and the ideology and the systems of Babylon, which run amok throughout the world, tends to lead people astray to forget that. So you're right. You must be content for the things that you already have, as Hebrews 13 and 5 says. So at the end of this precept, Aksha'al mentions that Yahweh says, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Now, that's very true. That's very true. So to think opposite, you're doubting the Most High and what he said. To be uncertain means you have doubt, which goes against what the Most High said. He will never leave thee or forsake thee. To feel lonely and to think you're all alone is to doubt what the Most High has said. I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. So if you doubt and you dwell in that doubt and you trust in that doubt, guess what? You will conjure up such affliction upon yourself by your own power that works within you. This is why Akshaul says in Hebrews 13, verse 5, let your conversation be without covetousness. Because if you're uncertain, you're coveting a desire a result instead of being appreciative of what you've already done. If you're lonely, you're coveting a desire or result with a person or people who are among you, placing them over the omnipotent power of the Most High in both situations. Of course, Hashatan wants you to doubt. Of course, he's a liar and the father of lies. He has his purpose, though. And if you give in to it, then you're allowing him to serve his purpose, not realizing that he's a degenerate, a lesser entity. But yet, many people in this society are indeed Satanists. They worship Satan unknowingly by such beguilement that runs amok through him and his counterpart angels, aka demons, aka devils. They play their role. And if you're not working completely in the faith of the Most High will give you over to such devils because you're not trusting in what he said. You're not trusting in his promises. See, and you don't want to take the Most High in vain. And that's one way you take his name in vain is by not trusting or having the faith appropriate and in correlation to his promises and to what he said. Moving forward, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6. So that we may boldly say, Yahweh is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. So we must be boldly proclaiming that the Most High is our helper. And we shouldn't be fearing man or any of man's systems in this God-forsaken Babylonian society. A lot of people trust more in Babylon than they do in the almighty, all-sovereign power of the Most High. You trust in Babylon because you're given over to Babylon's ideologies and philosophies and doctrines and ways of living and standards and expectations. And when you're given over to Babylon's systems and customs, you're also paying homage to Hashatan. And when you pay homage to Hashatan, you get deceived. You get deceived into damnation and destruction, whether it be blatant or whether it be oh so subtle. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6 said, what? So that we may boldly say, Yahweh is my helper, and when I will not fear what man shall do unto me. So if you're fearing man over the Most High, you're most likely going to be afflicted with uncertainty and loneliness. You're lonely because you desire the company, the physical company of humans over the reassurant presence of the Most High, the omnipresence of the Most High. You're never alone. You're never alone, and you should never be uncertain. One thing you should be certain of is the Most High is your helper. So if you know the Most High is your helper and that he is everywhere you go, how can you really be uncertain or how can you really be lonely? if you don't hold that with all faith and glorification. Make it make sense. You can't make it make sense because the only way it makes sense is you're not reverencing the Most High. You don't have a reverence of the Most High enough to keep yourself from falling into the afflictions of uncertainty and loneliness. See, it's all spiritual. And you want to keep that armor on pretty tight. You want to have those fruits of the spirits in circulation as well. You want to be exercising both fruits of the spirits and the armor of Yahweh's holiness. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 6. So that way, Salakia, so that we may boldly say, Yahweh is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. You scared of man more than you fear the Most High? Or wait a minute. You're one of those unlearned individuals that say you shouldn't have any fear of the Most High, but you'll fear mankind. That's folly. And that also sets one up to be afflicted by such things as uncertainty and loneliness. Let's see here. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to put this in here. Forgot to drop this in the chat earlier. If you're blessed by these messages, by these lessons, feel free to support the ministry however your spirit guides you to do so. Always be grateful for the position you're in life when you're following the narrow way, because Yah has his reasons for it. Come. That's why Hebrews 13:5 says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Come. Let's see here. My apologies. Bear with me here. I'm having some technical difficulties. Bear with me. Okay. Feel free to get the Sharpened Sword Study Guide that's available on the Patreon storefront. One last announcement. And if you haven't already, become a member on Patreon, because I'm doing content over there too. No scoffers allowed. So yeah, Hebrews chapter 13:6, we must be boldly clarifying or boldly declaring that the Most High is our helper. And anytime you're allowing yourself to be taken over by uncertainty or being taken over by the emotion of loneliness, You're not boldly declaring that the Most High is your helper. And though in those moments of doubt, you're boldly declaring that Hashatan is your master. Shalom, Josephine Israel. Welcome. Shalom, Patrick. Welcome. So you all are coming in on the tail end of this live stream. I do encourage you all to watch the playback because I'm toward the end of this live stream. It's already been 25 minutes since I've been on live. So anybody that's just now coming in on the tail end, as soon as this live stream is over, go ahead and watch the playback. Feel free to leave any comments pertaining to the live stream as if you were here live. I'll see it either way. So in conclusion, let your conversation be without covetousness. So don't be speaking in situations of you having a strong desire of something, putting on as if you don't have it, because you're supposed to be content with what you already have. So anytime you're not content, you have covetousness within your mind, as Hebrews chapter 13 and 5 has stated. And then Hebrews chapter 13 and 6, in conclusion, we must be boldly declaring that the Most High is our helper. And we won't fear the devices of man or mankind itself. We shouldn't be in fear of any of these Babylonian systems that is enacted in these last days. None of these Babylonian systems should have us stressing or living in fear, because that's what it's designed to do. That's what this demented infrastructure is designed to do. Have you live in fear and living in dogmas and ideologies that are completely destructive. To have you just as another dead individual walking among us, a reprobate. That's what Babylon is designed to have you in, a reprobate mind. So with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. And again, if you just now got in, watch the playback so you can get the full edification of this message. May peace, serenity, and prosperity be multiplied unto you all. Shalom.